Are you still doing a lot of cold emails and cold calls to be able to fill your sales pipeline? Does it feel like frustrating because it's taking a long time and you're spending a lot of money without getting really good return? The reply rate of an outreach system basing in just cold calling is as low as 2%. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 tips that I've used for my own sales pipeline without having to make one of those uncomfortable cold calls. So hi there, my name is Rosa Yupari, and I have been a sales coach and a fractional CRO for B2B SaaS companies. Some of them are startups and some of them are scale-up. I spent 25 years of my life in sales, in enterprise sales, and I went from just a very technical engineer to a very astute CRO. And I have been able to sell millions of dollars to Fortune 100 companies like AT&T, Verizon, Lumen Technologies. So here's the mistake that I see people make. We're going to great networking events, we're going to conferences, and we start talking to everybody and anybody because you never know who is going to be able to help you. We cast a huge wide net, and yeah, I understand. You want to be friendly and you never know who is going to be able to help you. However, it is a lot better if you start with a foundation knowing exactly who do you need to help. What do I mean? It is called your ICP, your ideal customer profile, which means what are those titles in LinkedIn that you're going to be going to and trying to meet? What are those companies that are going to help you get to the next level? And when I'm talking about companies, you might not be able to reach your decision maker, but you know that if you meet people from that company, they're going to be able to go from that cold call to a warm introduction. So this is one of the most important parts. Who is going to help you? I used to go to conference events and just be friendly and talk to everybody. I would talk to anybody that will come into the booth. I will talk to anybody that was in line to go get a cup of coffee. But what happened is they asked me what I did. I asked them what they did. We got excited. So we got the name, we got the LinkedIn contact, and then I got home and I realized this person is at least 5 levels of separation from my ICP. So while it was enjoyable, it was really not productive. So this is your tip number 2. You need to be very clear of what is it that you want and how do you help people. So first we talk about who do you help, but now you have to be very clear and talk about it in very simple, non-jargon words of what is it that you do. Because people want to help. You're going to meet a lot of people that are going to want to help you out. But if you're not clear and be specific of what you need them to do or what you want, well, that's just a lot harder for them. Now, before you go to any networking events on conferences or just going out there to network, there is a very important thing. It is, what are you willing to give? Instead of going over there thinking, I am going to get 3 names, think about, I'm going to help 3 people here. I'm going to choose them carefully, but you're going to be able to understand and to bring some value to at least 3 or 4 people in that conference. Whether it is an insight, whether it is a small little favor, whether it is a little piece of information or anything that you think might be small, but that really makes a difference. And why is this important? Well, one of the most important concepts that Cialdini had in his book Influence is the idea of reciprocity. So if you go in there to these networking events knowing that you're bringing something of value and you have 3 or 4 people that are able to give it, they are going to be able to reciprocate with something, either with an idea, either with a lead, either with another networking event, a speaker event, whatever it is that really help you. So let's talk about the actual building of the system. Now, if you're just relying on people on the inbound or some marketing campaign or you making some phone calls, well, that's going to become exhausting pretty quickly. There is a strategy for 3 specific referral scenarios. The first one is when you have customers, right? You just finished with a customer and sometimes you get busy, you're working on your next customer, you're working on building your pipeline, but then you forget that that is the moment. The moment that you have proved value, that you have proved impact, that's the time when you ask a customer for a referral, right? And you make it in a very casual, very friendly way. The second time is when you're going to an industry event or you're going into a networking event where you know that there's going to be people that are going to be, helpful to you. The last one is that internal cross-sell. So let me give you an example. When I was selling directly to these large corporations, the customers had also a lot of communication with other type of vendors, right? And one time, a vendor was telling a story about how they were having a problem with a specific issue. Well, my customer said, I don't know if this is going to help you, but I will call Rosa. She might help you, or if not, she might have somebody that can help you. I really trust her because she always does what she says she's going to do. So I get a phone call and it said, Lou told me to give you a call. Maybe you can help me out. And it ended up that I did have a solution for that vendor. It wasn't a specific of my product, but it was a product of a sister division, which ended up benefiting me as well. And so that's just an easy referral because my customer knew me, and not just the product, but they knew me and my service. So a happy customer is the best referral you can ever get. Now, the other tip, which I sometimes forget, which is the master of tactical outreach. The moment that you meet somebody that you think can help you, you need to do that outreach as soon as possible. It has happened to me where I go and I meet somebody and I say, hey, we should go to lunch. Maybe I could help you out. Well, I get distracted. I don't put a priority because it's still a lukewarm. But one of the things I learned is answer and follow up to some of those referrals. And this is why this is the last part of the video, which is the go-giver. So this is the more important thing. I believe in karma. I believe in giving first, and then you will receive. The introduction to part number 3 is adopt a relational mindset, not a transactional one. And of course, I have to tell you a story about this. So this was a long time ago. I was in sales and I worked with this team and we were trying to get more sales from this large corporation, which is AT&T. And so I always leverage influencers. So if, we have 2 different vendors, many times I will work with another vendor that wasn't my competition to see if we could help each other or we can come up with a solution or some type of offering that makes it a lot stronger. Well, I was talking to this vendor and he says, you know what? I need to introduce you to this person. This person is being really helpful. They are going places. And the funny part is they weren't in my department. They were not influencing anything that I needed to buy at that time. So I decided to invite them to this golf tournament and this dinner. And all my colleagues were like, what are you doing? Who is this guy? Why are you inviting? You should have invited some major player. And I said, listen, I work with this vendor. I trust him. And if he says that this guy is key, then this guy is key. And I'm going to go with that because he cares about me, right? And he knows me. So fast forward a year, it was a whole year. And I get a phone call from one of my colleagues and says, you're not going to believe it, Rosa. Guess who became the chair of the standard committee and the purchasing committee for your product? Yeah. It was that one person, that one guy that nobody wants to invite anybody, where I invited to a nice golf. I was very kind. And that was an example of a long-term relational, but also about reciprocity. Okay, so in conclusion, we have 3 things that you need to know. Who you're going to be talking to, your ICP, very clear. What is it that you're going to do? What are you going to tell them that you do in very concise, something they remember? And how are you going to turn those cold outreaches into warm outreach? With the system of being able to approach somebody, being clear of what you want, being able to be relational instead of this transactional one. And the most important part is the go-giver part. So my final message for you is people want to help, and you need to start building that community of people that want to help you. And a lot of the time, this community, they have a huge network. So be very clear. Clarity is key about who do you help and what do you do. Start by giving first and think about these relations as long-term relationships and not just a transactional system where you're thinking, what am I going to get from this person that I meet? So if you combine this tactical and this mindset shift, you're going to see that you're going to start getting a lot more referrals, and you're going to have to do a lot less of that icky and comfortable cold calling. So if you find this video helpful to you, please subscribe to my channel, and I have a lot more strategies. I'm always giving you tips of what are the things that have worked for me. And thanks a lot for watching, and I hope that you get to build this strong, fantastic, warm referral system.